Imagine biting into a warm, crispy churro, perfectly golden, then dipping it into a rich, velvety chocolate sauce. What if I told you the secret to this irresistible treat is simpler than you think? Grab a glass of water and pour it into your favorite pot. Now, add the sugar. Then, half a teaspoon of salt. The ingredients for making churros are incredibly simple, likely already in your kitchen. Stir everything well to ensure the sugar and salt dissolve completely. Next, add some butter. You can chop it into small cubes, but it's not essential. Place the pot on medium heat and wait for the butter to melt, which takes about a minute. Once melted, stir well to combine. As the butter and water approach boiling, it's time for the flour. Add 1 cup of flour, plus 2 extra tablespoons for good measure, directly into the pot. Immediately grab your wooden spoon and stir vigorously. You want to whip this mixture fast and furiously to avoid any lumps. Initially, the dough will be quite sticky, but keep mixing until it magically pulls away from the pan and forms a smooth ball. This vigorous stirring also doubles as a 3 to 5 minute arm workout. The dough will feel a lot like Play-Doh, just without the vibrant colors. Transfer the dough to a clean bowl and let it cool for about 5 minutes. Spreading the dough around will help it cool faster, a smart trick to work efficiently. Cooling the dough before adding eggs is crucial. It prevents them from curdling and ensures they incorporate smoothly. While the dough takes a little nap, let's prepare the eggs. Crack 1 egg into a separate bowl and whisk it thoroughly, as if you're quite passionate about it. We'll introduce this slowly to the dough, bit by bit, like a cautious first date, to ensure the mixture doesn't become soggy or strange. For the second egg, there's no need to tiptoe around. Crack it straight into the dough and begin mixing immediately. Honestly, I often let my stand mixer do all the hard work with its dough hooks, but if you're feeling energetic, a spatula or wooden spoon will work just fine. At first, your mix might look like it's having an identity crisis, part liquid, part solid, but just keep mixing. Eventually, everything will come together into a smooth, happy mixture. Give each egg its moment to shine. Blend it in fully before adding the next one. The dough is getting there, but it's still a bit too chunky. It's time to add a little more egg, but not a whole one this time. I'll add about half of the beaten egg from earlier for now, and we can always add more if needed. Oh, the dough might turn lumpy again, but don't worry, just keep mixing. It's better now, but still a tad thick, so I'll add the rest of that first beaten egg and continue. The final dough should be smooth, shiny, and thick enough to hold its shape, ready for its big moment. Just a little more mixing, and we've got it. Perfect. I could have added a bit more egg for an even smoother mix, but I'm feeling rather content with this consistency today. All that's left is to cover it with cling film and refrigerate it for a little chill time. Meanwhile, let's whip up a yummy chocolate sauce for our churros. Mix a little less than a teaspoon of cornstarch with 30 milliliters of water. Grab a chopstick or a small whisk and blend it until completely smooth with no lumps. Set this aside for now. Next, let's prepare the chocolate. You'll need about 50 grams. I prefer 70% cacao dark chocolate, but feel free to use whatever chocolate you have on hand. Chop the chocolate and place it into a saucepan, ideally one with a thick bottom. Now, sprinkle in some sugar. I know mixing sugar with chocolate might raise some eyebrows, but trust me, it's going to be absolutely scrumptious. We're almost at the finish line. Pour 125 milliliters of milk into the mix. We're ready to crank up the heat. Turn your stove to low and place the pot on it. Give the chocolate some time to melt down, stirring gently now and then. We're aiming for a smooth, thick chocolate mixture that's evenly blended and utterly tempting. Now is the perfect time to add that cornstarch mixture. Remember to mix it well again just before you pour it into the chocolate. Go ahead and add it in, The starch will work its magic, thickening everything up and giving your mixture that extra creaminess and density we love. Let it cook for just a minute or two until it thickens into a lovely, rich texture. Alrighty, let's pour that yummy sauce onto a lovely plate. Truth be told, I could happily gobble up this sauce even without the churros, but we can't forget about the main event. Now, the only thing left is to fry our churros. Pour about 0.5 liters of vegetable oil into a frying pan. Turn the heat to just below medium and let the oil warm up for 3 to 4 minutes. Go ahead and pull that dough out of the fridge. While chilling, the dough isn't strictly necessary. Letting it sit overnight truly elevates the churro game, just between us. Transfer the dough into a piping bag. If you don't have a proper piping bag, no need to panic. Grab a regular plastic bag, snip off one of the corners, and you've got yourself a makeshift pastry tool. It might not look professional, but it will certainly get the job done. I highly recommend using a French star tip. It's a small touch that makes a big difference in the churro's texture and appearance. Gently squeeze the dough out onto baking paper for perfect-looking churros. However, if you're in a hurry, you can press them straight into the hot oil. They might not be as pretty, but they'll be just as tasty. To check if the oil is ready, dip a wooden stick into it. Steady bubbles around the stick indicate it's at the right temperature. Now, for the exciting part. Carefully snag the baking paper holding the churros and ease them into that sizzling oil. Watch your fingers, though. Trust me, getting burned is no joke. And yes, I learned that the hard way. Press the paper into the oil, and in a few seconds, the churros will float up as if they're on vacation. Oops, I'm not very good with chopsticks, and the tongs just can't grab the paper tightly enough to pull it out. Fry until golden and crispy, which usually takes about 2 minutes per side, but keep a close eye on them. It's all about achieving that perfect color, not just the timer. After a couple of minutes, our churros are ready. Carefully remove them and let the excess oil drain. Now, toss them into your favorite bowl, as if you're serving royalty, and dig in right away. You absolutely must eat them while they're hot. The warm, crispy churros dipped in that rich, creamy chocolate sauce. It's an absolutely irresistible combination. You truly have to try this for yourself.